don't look too closely at my hair because I dyed it by myself and it's basically blue and orange. My hairdresser's gonna kill me because she's gonna have to fix this, and she warns me about this all the time, but I want to look like the mother of dragons. So, and I actually recorded a video in the night at like 3 a.m. I didn't pull cards or anything, but I was getting messages, or really what I was doing is mulling over all this stuff, and I just wanted to unload it, and it turned into me channeling a little bit. I didn't really sleep a lot last night. I think that that's a collective energy, so I'm sharing that on this video. It seems like there's a lot of really restless stuff going on, and I pulled a couple cards for a short video that I'm going to post. I just have to edit it once I get to the location that I am going to. And Holy Spirit and Melchizedek were the two cards from the Ascended Masters Oracle that I pulled today. And Melchizedek, excuse me, it's about higher learning spiritually. And I encourage anybody who's interested to watch and / listen to the video that I recorded last night, because it had to do a little bit with waves of awakening and how I think it's going to look and how I think it's going to feel, and for certain people, because your perception is your whole world, really. It's your whole world. It's everything. We all live in different realities based on how we see things and what we're willing to accept and what we blindly reject and all of that. So I get the feeling that there's this like sleeplessness or this anxiety where there's just so much energy churning through us. Our minds, our bodies, it's almost like it's tugging on us, like a little child, like tugging at our jacket. And then we're like looking down, like trying to keep up with things. We're like, what? And it's like, you don't have to go like quite this fast. You are going to get there in plenty of time. You know, there's a way to bring your attention out of this urgency loop, because it's almost like the feeling of time speeding up. It's crazy. Last night I was recording the video and I thought I was recording for like 10 minutes, and I looked down and it's been like 40. And then again, it was like my whole day. It was like 4 o'clock all of a sudden. And I was like, how? I would have guessed it was like noon. It was 4 o'clock. It was crazy. And there's a lot of stuff taking place, we'll just say, to be super vague. There's a lot of stuff happening every day, but it's more, I believe, more events taking place energetically than we're used to, and it makes each day feel like many days. And it's a double-edged sword in that I think you can, I don't know how to, I want to put it in a positive spin on it. You can do a lot of damage in one day to not go the positive route. With your thoughts, with your attitudes, with your mindset, with how you're feeling about things, you can dial things up in a productive, much more than you would think in a productive way in one day, just the same. And it's just really important, especially if you're a sensitive person and follow along with the messages that I post, or you're going through some type of spiritual transformation, to protect your energy. The other card from the shorts, yes, Melchizedek with higher learning, opening to expanding consciousness, but also the Holy Spirit. And I got some messages last night in my channeling that I was talking about really connecting to the identity of you within yourself, and how the things that you witness in the world around you, even if they're horrific and you hate it and it's disturbing or it's really fucked up, when you hold and perceive that event and you have a piece of it in your own mind, within your own energy field, it's sort of on your turf. It's like your energetic property at that point, your perception and how you're holding an event, or someone else's truth, or something that you don't like and would rather not have to acknowledge as being part of your world. You're interacting with it, and therefore you have some type of part in it. You're sort of involved, even if it's something that's happening across the world and you're not involved at all. Human attention energetically is so powerful. People don't understand this, and I struggle to come up with a figure to drive the point home in a way that would fully convey how true this is. I'm not saying that this has to do with it's just tricky territory on the internet, but it's everybody's free will to decide how they want to engage civically with the events that are transpiring in the world. It's everybody's choice, but in my opinion, it's most important to remember that whatever you choose to observe try to, for your own sake, for your own health, but also for the quantum entanglement of the situation. You know, you're projecting thought and idea onto something when you're like, oh no, that's awful. From a higher dimensional perspective, that's what you've just chipped in, you know? So try to hold and bathe things in positive expectation, even in the darkest of times with very little hope outside of the rational mind. Do not be afraid to go outside of what is accepted within the rational mind, because then we can set ourselves free. And I'd also like to remind people of how so many amazing ideas and innovations and inventions, if we think about them throughout time, came from mistakes of other things not being executed properly. And a lot of innovation, right, and actual inventions that have helped society, it comes from like play and experimentation. And there's no better time than now, in my opinion, to kind of extend yourself into a realm of using your imagination to create your days and how you partake in the micro versus macro. So like your own experiences, and then how you can have an experience on your outer world. And this is the whole theme of the message that I was given when I provided videos kind of in a prophetic way for 2024. It was fighting or feeding, but it was also the internal loop and the outer loop, and how there's this extension and expansion of the gravity and the human attention. It has to do with the relationship between gravity and attention and how gravity impacts the passage of time. But those loops, because of the way that people's consciousness is shifting throughout Q2, it feels like these loops are it's like centrifugal force, right? Think about that ride at the fair where everybody's backs are up against the wall and then you're going really fast and like presses you back. That is happening. The loops are actually getting longer, but we're traveling them faster. So I have to go, but those are my morning thoughts, and I'll post the other video in case anybody's interested. It looks so stupid. Just so you can see it in the light. It truly is orange and blue. I made a mistake. It's supposed to be nice, bright blonde. Like I want it to be like white blonde. You can even see the blue. It's orange and blue. There's no way around it. But it's just hair. You know, I was sending a video to my mom last night, and when I got out of the shower, it was like so orange and so blue, and I was like, I may have made a error in judgment around this. She's like, oh no. But I was like, I've shaved my hair off before, I'll do it again. That was the first thing I thought of when I stepped out of the shower. I was like, oh no, I guess I'll have to be bald again. Instead, I'm gonna suck it up and go get it fixed at some point. But every now and then I will be here to remind people that you're not the dumbest person out there. I have to just walk around today looking like this, so this is just awesome. Bye.